Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the show, and they have access to that sweet, good old-fashioned Theros Beyond Death. Spoilers, this is the first real video for Theros where I actually play a deck and deck tech and all that. And I figured, fuck it, Mono Black is going to be everywhere. Everyone and their mother is going to post this deck, so I figured I might as well throw my hat in the race too. This is my Gary deck. Now, the big main change that you'll see between this and the budget version that I uploaded with my PAX video, that's PAX CKS, not PAX with an X, just so you know, is that I included the Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven combo. I saw a lot of decks during the event that didn't use the Oven combo. I see a lot of decks now that do, and for what it's worth, if you look at my Aether Hub account, or if you had, when I was building these decks, I really wanted to put Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven in, but I didn't, and they wound up on the sideboard, because I thought that was the correct route. But when everyone during the event was going, nah, not familiar, I was like, okay, fine, and I succumbed to peer pressure. But that said, we are playing with the Cauldron Familiars. We're playing still with the Knight of the Ebon Legions. I feel like this should be great because of the number of things, but we have very little room to put it anywhere. Yeah, so we have good old-fashioned Knight of the Ebon Legion. This is a really early game card that can give us a nice scalable card. You know, we're going to be able to hopefully put a lot of pressure on our opponents, make them drain for hopefully 4 more every turn, and that should in turn make this quite big. If for some reason we have nothing else to do with our excess mana, we can pump it into this guy and make him bigger. We of course have Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven. Cauldron Familiar aids in the draining of our opponent's life. We can just keep taking it down to a point where a single Grey Merchant of Asphodel should kill them, frankly. And it's something that we can be sacrificing a lot to Ayara or to Witch's Oven in order to get extra draws off of things like Erebos and whatnot. Witch's Oven is a powerful card in this deck, not just because of its interaction with Cauldron Familiar, where we sack it, get a food, sack the food, get the cat back, but also it's something that we can use in conjunction with some of our ETB creatures and Nightmare Shepherd. I'm just realizing that the card frame is animated. What? The sparkles are moving. I'm just now seeing this and I love it. Anyway, it works fantastically with that because, you know, you play Gary, you get Gary's ETB, you set Gary, you exile it with Nightmare Shepherd, you get Gary's ETB. It's fantastic. Very, very good card in this deck, which is why I thought it would be played more during the event. But no, there's playing it now. 2 Tymarets. Tymaret, still, in my opinion, a fantastic card against aggro, although for what it's worth, we shouldn't have too much of an issue against aggro because of the amount of life gain that we should theoretically be able to have. But it's also nice against the Mirror, because we can exile their stuff. So, for example, in response to their Nightmare Shepherd triggers, if we have our Tymaret out with our 2 mana up, we can exile that card out from under them, and they shouldn't be able to do it because I believe this is an intervening if clause. I do believe that they have to exile. Yeah, they have to exile the creature for it to work, but still. It's a sizable, chunky lad. 4 Yarok's familiar, Fenlurker, not familiar. We just want to exile cards in their hand. The extra ability is gravy, but it's not very good. We cut down to 2 Murderous Riders and 2 Drag to the Underworlds, and that's the thing I'm like least sure about. And I feel like as time goes on, as this deck evolves, I expect we're going to see a little bit more interaction. We'll probably end up cutting the Deathless Knight and possibly the Knight of the Ebon Legions in order to have a couple of extra removal somewhere. Maybe another Hand Hate. What's that new card? Theros Beyond Death, 2 mana card. Agonizing Remorse. I could definitely see cutting like 2 Knight of the Ebon Legions and then the Deathless Knight, throw in 1 more Murderous Rider and 2 Agonizing Remorse. That's something I could definitely see happening as the format evolves, but right now, since it's super early, it's pretty much everyone just trying to race to do what they want to do as fast as possible before your opponent wins, essentially. 3 Ayara. This card's stupid and good. You get to sacrifice one of your black creatures, draw a card, fantastic. She makes your Cauldron Familiar essentially doubly effective when it gets looped with Witch's Oven. And then, of course, she is another way to sacrifice things for our Nightmare Shepherd. Two Ereboses. Erebos, we shouldn't have to worry about our life total. So Erebos essentially says, when our stuff dies, we get to just pay life and draw cards. And we plan on doing a lot of that. We can, of course, use this to as pseudo removal, but I don't think the removal with Erebos is very good at all. You know, -2/-1 isn't that great. So there's that. For Nightmare Shepherd, this card is just fucking stupid. One, it activates Night of the Ebon Legion by itself when you just hit in, which is great. But the fact that you can double up on your Fenlurkers and your Garys are just redonkulous. And those are kind of like the only cards that we're going to be exiling with it. But still, like, those cards enough make this card fantastic, and it is just a decent costed demon. I'm just now realizing there might be enough decent demons to play a Liliana's Contract deck in Historic. Go ahead and write that down. I don't edit. Fuck you, I'll write it down in a second. One Deathless Knight. The card is a bit gimmicky, but, you know, 4 power haste that, for what it's worth, you can get back whenever you gain life, which is what we're going to be doing a lot in this deck, is okay. As I said, though, definitely one of the cards that I can see cutting, but I wanted to use the gimmick a little. 2, Drag to the Underworlds. This card's always going to cost you 2. If it costs you more than 2, you're probably losing. Whenever you cast it, you are obliged to say, choke me harder, daddy. This is not kid-friendly content. Go away, Kappa, or whatever the hell you're called. And of course, for Gary, Gray Merchant of Asphodel, this is Gary, it's not Gray, it's Gary Merchant of Asphodel. They're just missing a comma, and whoever wrote this messed it up a little, it's fine. This card just drains your opponent, and it's pretty damn good. It's pretty fucking damn good. One Bolas to Citadel, because we don't, as I said, with Erebos, we don't really worry too much about our life total, and being able to just go through our deck to get to another merchant or something like that should be just stupid and fun. 4 Castle Locthwains, 2 Witch's Cottage. Witch's Cottage can bring us back some Garys, which is nice. Castle Locthwain lets us not draw poorly. I did up to 25 lands because playing Bolas Citadel, I felt like we needed a little bit more, but also I just, like, every game, you don't want to be stuck on 4 mana before you play your Gary. Like, you want to cast Gary as soon as you can, as often as you can. So that's why I went up to 25 lands. Now, I do need to just remind myself, try Historic Demons again. Because I've done it recently, but now with Nightmare Man, when one of your demons dies, you can get a copy of that demon, so you don't really lose the demon. So hopefully that'll be fine. This hand is kind of bad. We don't have anything until turn 3, and we're going second. This is a yikes. I will say we might see a lot of mirror matches. I've been seeing mono black everywhere, and I'm contributing to it, and I'm very sorry. We're gonna keep it. You know, it's early. Oh my god. Different deck. All right, cool. We have a turn 2 play. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. The other one. All right, cool. Play Tymaret here. Tymaret could die right now. He's only a 2/2. My point on, is it something or other? I'm gonna cast Ayara. And I could die to Storm's Wrath. Like, I could get kind of screwed here by a Storm's Wrath. Please don't have Storm's Wrath. Oh, don't do it to me. Oh, don't do it to me. Is it Fires? If you just kill Tymaret, that's fine. It's Grixis Fires and doesn't have any black mana out? What the front door? Well, that's very odd. Sure, I guess. Makes my Grey Merchant bad for sure. If they cast, like, a Planeswalker, okay, that's fine. They can only cast 1 Planeswalker now. I will murder it with my Rider. If this dies while I play Gary, probably. I assume they got 1 land. Yeah, Black Source plus Bolas here. Ritual of Soot, you say? I'm gonna eat your card. Will I play Gary onto a board like this? No. Yes? No. No. It's not good enough. I would rather just hold up my Murderous Rider. Play my Evan, hold up Murderous Rider. My opponent uses Vantress. Yep. I honestly didn't expect to go up against a Grixis Fires deck, especially considering they're playing Temple of Epiphany still. That's a Bolas.
The immortal Nicole
Go and get rid of this.
will be your end. My schemes are never ending.
What else are you gonna cast? I mean, they could just cast Moomin Rider. For those of you not in the loop, Moomin Rider is Murderous Rider. Ashiok can go fuck himself. Itself. Excuse me. I mean, rip, I guess.
No.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. If I get into the land, I will play Bolas Citadel.
It makes your night behold.
Damn, that does suck. Did not get another land. I will go ahead and Yarok's Fenlurker and Murderous Rider, though. Noxious Grasp main deck? Okay. Sure. So my opponent's gonna keep using Ashiok, I assume. Why are you playing main deck Noxious Grasp? Like, green's pretty good right now, but also, like, people are playing mono black. Like, it blows up white as well, which is good, but people are, like, mono black is being played right now. 6 mana for Liliana. Probably -2.
This isn't your average zombie horde.
Yep.
Impressive.
-4, sorry. I'll go ahead and just sack this. Just to have the food.
Battle to the grave.
I need a swamp. And then I need to, like, get a lot of good shit. What's great about Bolas into, Bolas Citadel into Gary is that you gain the life back, like, as is. I think I have to get rid of their Liliana. Like, Ashiok is gonna be annoying, but I can do fine against it. Just the Liliana is gonna get them too much value, I think. And if I want to, I can use this. Interesting. So they wanted to just draw. Well, I think they knew what this was still. I hadn't been paying enough attention. I think I missed that scry. All right, 1 and 1. So this might be another Bolas. It is Narset, which should be fine.
The past, present, and future. Meditate.
So they kept one on top. I assume that was the Bolas that they kept on top. They play the Bolas. And they plus, and I drop the food.
The multiverse will bend to my will.
Yeah, I have to drop the food here. Because I still want access to Witch's Oven. Because I can still win in a combo. Every turn it's looking worse. I do have to miss a lot of lands in order to get there with a combo. I also have to get a land. Fun fact, not a land. So I'm just going to concede this game. Damn. Yeah, I think the slow start was just not the right hand to keep. Especially against a Grixis Fires deck like that. You really want to punish them as fast as possible. Is my chair all the way up? It was not. This one is a great hand. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. It's what I like to call pretty decent. Curse you. But if this... So this is probably just a straight up Simic Ramp deck. Kept that on top. Tymaret. I guess there's not really a reason to attack. If it is an escape deck, then we're okay because we have access to Tymaret. Cool, another Swamp. Play in Ayara. Simic doesn't have any board wipes, right? I am, not gonna lie, slightly frightened about what could happen. But it's time to smoke, baby! This for sure. Oh, there's no way this is Flash. They played a Boreal Grazer. I'm gonna send it in like this. Okay, it's not Flash. I have access to Ayara if I want to sack something. Nissa is fine, I guess.
I protect that which cannot
I do
protect
kind of
itself.
need to kill Nissa, though.
The land fights for us.
Because next turn, they're going to have a lot of damage. Gary would also be pretty damn good. 1, 4, 8, 9, 10. Gary's lethal. And this is how you play the deck. You literally just play on curve and win. I literally went turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, Gary, and I won. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. This hand is bad. We're gonna mulligan. This hand is good. Mainly because we have this and these two. Do I drop a Cottage? I want to say I drop a Cottage here. Like, double Witch's Oven is where you want it to be. Double Cauldron Familiar, garbage. 1 Cauldron Familiar, 2 Witch's Oven, fucking fantastic. But I feel like I want the I probably just need the land. Who needs removal when you have Cat? This may or may not be a mirror. In my opinion, you play Cat first. There are definitely risks to that. If your familiar dies first, then it's pretty bad. All right, no, it's just Rakdos aggro. I don't block that ever, so yeah. All right, so we should be able to play Deathless Knight, so that's nice. Yeah, we just pass the turn. We get to draw a card. Tymaret is very nice to see. Tymaret's something that can block really nicely against a deck like this. They attack in, I block here, sack the cat. I do need to be worried about Embercleave, though. Alright. So they just get through 3 damage. Then I'm just going to block here. Block here. Sack the cat. Because Embercleave gets trampled. Because having it, you flash, well, it's fine. It's fine. Embercleave is totally fair. Totally reasonable card. Drill Bit. Okay, Tymaret's gone. That actually sucks a lot. What are you waiting for? It's Tymaret every day. Like, 1, I can cast Tymaret next turn. 2, I can cast Tymaret next turn. Okay. Weird delay there, but sure. But let's just go back up to 17, shall we? There we go. That is not what we like to see. Can't even use this, which is sad. Yeah, we're just, we're gonna pass. Got a Murderous Rider. I'm almost certainly gonna be casting this Murderous Rider on whatever the fuck this person puts an Embercleave on. Because I'm almost positive they're going to be putting an Embercleave on something. It's probably going to be that Fervent Champion. Which I'm totally fine with. So who do I block? I guess I'm going to block the Gutter Bones because it is technically more damage. Pass the blockers, block there. Really? That saved me some damage, so. I would have taken one more damage than I did, so. See what you play? Maybe it's going to be the Mayhem Devil? You played nothing. Huh. They might have removal for my cat. If I bring it back now. But fuck it. Am I correct? I was correct. They murdered my cat with Murderous Rider. Bruh. I think I'm fine getting Tymaret back. Do I smork them now? Nah, fuck Tymaret. No, I don't want Tymaret, but that means I'm not going to use my Witch's Oven, my Witch's Cottage yet. I think I do want to just, like, hit them for 4. Because I can sacrifice Deathless Knight to get Cauldron Familiar back into play. My Deathless Knight has haste, so... Okay, you cast a Murderous Rider, sure. Go ahead and pass. I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm sacking my Deathless Knight. Gonna bring back my Cauldron Familiar. It is gonna gain me some life. I'm gonna put Deathless Knight back in my hands. Because at this point, I should be able to just drain them to death. Block you. Take 1 dabblage. Ow. I could kill Gutterbones, but at the same time, fuck Gutterbones. I'm gonna go for the Drain kill, because I do think that's probably the best. And if they waste more removal on my Cauldron Familiar, if it don't exile, I don't care. Hey look, it's Ayara. I believe you're dead. Yep, that's lethal. Unless they kill my Ayara, which I don't think they can. This is lethal. I knew Cat Cat Oven combo was correct to put in here. All these people not playing cat combo during the event. For what it's worth, I'm sure plenty of people played cat combo during the event. Hey, we did it. I'm a bad person. Got a pack. Cool. We'll play another one. I gotta think about what to eat for dinner. Never fun. I'm probably just gonna be lazy, though. That is not how you spell jellyfish. Missing an L. I assume that Wizards won't let them have any more L's. There's no way this is a good hand. My opponent is almost... I wish I could hide my hand. There's no way my opponent is not also playing mono black, right? Oh, this is a terrible hand, isn't it? Right? It has to be. I got a mulligan that. So, such a better hand. It's not amazing by any stretch, but it's a better hand. It's not. It's fucking mono red. See, against mono red, I'm actually a little bit more worried about my cat dying on turn 1. But if they're burning my cat to death, I think I'd rather take that. Maybe I'm super wrong. I don't know. Games are hard. So, turn 2, Witch's Oven, turn 3, Drag. No! They did kill my cat. Fuck. And they're still gonna light up the stage. Oh, Skewer! Skewer's a lot less of a problem. I'm actually just going to do this, because I don't see myself wanting to use it in this specific matchup. Next... Fuck, I can't even drag next turn. Yeah, bad luck playing the Cauldron Familiar that early. Ah, fuck.
Living in a monastery full
Just playing against Cavalcade on day 1.
Don't worry, I brought company.
Murderous Rider is not bad. The issue is... do I play Murderous Rider? Opponent has 2 cards. They can potentially buy that back, but that's a pretty bad rate to do. Honestly, I think I just play Murderous Rider. If they attempt to kill it, I can sack it with Witch's Oven and get Cauldron Familiar back. So that's the plan as it is now. Alright, they try and kill it. I'm going to sack this. And they're going to deal 3 damage to me.
Hey, these little guys are great.
They're not going to risk their Scorch Spitter. Cool. They're going to do 1 damage to me. Actually, that was stupid. I'm not blocking those. Fuck it. Have those. I shouldn't have used my Familiar just yet. That's fine. Play Locthwain. I can play Nightmare Shepherd, and I think I just straight up do. Do I attack Chandra? I think I play Nightmare Shepherd first, before I attack Chandra. I'm unlikely to actually Cauldron Familiar. Or sorry, I think I'm unlikely to actually like use Nightmare Shepherd for it, but I'm gonna go and hit that.
Keep it up and you'll pay.
This might target this, but I doubt it. I think they're just gonna target my face. But we have a fucking 4/4 on the board, so we should be more or less okay. All right, so Chandra is probably going to yeah, I suspect that Chandra is going to try and like Slaying Fire maybe. I don't see why you wouldn't just do that first. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Because if my opponent wants to just use Chandra to kill Nightmare Shepherd, I'm fine with that. Because that uses up a lot of her turn, and it uses up Chandra a lot. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Because it puts her to 1, right? Yeah. Am I going to sacrifice this? I guess I am. No, because they can still use Bonecrusher Giant on my familiar. So I'm going to let that resolve. Because if I sacrifice that, then they use Bonecrusher Giant on my familiar, and I'm not able to get familiar back. So they should just Bonecrusher Giant my face. There's no reason to Bonecrusher Giant my familiar. Yeah. So I can kill their Chandra. Yeah. I can kill their Chandra. I can drag some shit to the Underworld. I would love to top deck a Gary. That's not a Gary, but it's pretty damn good. Chandra must die. I can play my Nightmare Shepherd. I wouldn't be able to drag to the Underworld anymore. But a 4/4, probably a little bit better than a single target removal. Probably. So let's go with that. Alright, opponent has 2 cards. 6 mana. Fuck off, Chandra. I hate you.
Anyone need a fire started? No?
Are you get a -2?
Too bad.
Yep. But you don't have anything that deals 4 damage. So you have to hope that I decide to block with my Nightmare Shepherd. And fun fact, I'm not gonna. I'm instead going to sacrifice my Witch's Oven. Or my Cauldron Familiar. I'm going to choose not to do this. And I'm going to choose to block the Scorchbringer and have it die. And now I'm going to choose to get this back. It might be short-sighted. I'm hoping it's not. Sure. Light up the stage.
Yeah, I like to think I might
Pretty bad light up the stage. Go to 7? I think that's probably fine. Hey, there we go. Pasta fazool. Everything's fine. You just play cards. You just play cards and you win games. That's all there is to it. Bonecrusher Giant? I don't care. Bonesaw is not ready for me. I have a 4/4 in the air and I got a familiar that's going to keep on pinging you. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice my Cottage Familiar. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and say decline, please, thank you. And I'll return it right now. And if it dies, I can just sacrifice this one. It didn't die. I can play Bolas to Citadel. I'm gonna do that. Play that. Nice land. Alright, well, you know, go fuck yourself. Attack in with this. And just end the turn. You don't have to use Bolas to Citadel. It's just there. That is fine. That is fine. Like the block? Go ahead and sack my familiar. Once again, I gotta click a good old fat no. I don't need to put that back just yet. I'll do it now, though. It's a Murderous Rider. Am I gonna play the Murderous Rider? No, probably not. Because I think this is lethal. It's not lethal. I'm a dirty liar. I don't really want to go to 5. Especially considering... Let's see. Oh, it was lethal. Oh, I forgot to count the man. No, wait. No, I don't have 2 sacrifice outlets. Never mind, I'm stupid. I don't think I want to cast that. Yeah, I don't feel safe going to 5 against a mono red deck. I'm blocking both, baby. Dollarin. It is literally in the recording time. How did I fuck that up? Nah, but for real, how did I fuck that up? Yeah, no, that's weird. Oops. Decline, I guess. That was oops. Yeah, oops. Yeah. Shit happens. I'm still at 8. I am now at 5. Cool. I win. It's as easy as that. For what it's worth, you can challenge me. However, between what did I say it was? Like 5 p.m. and like 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for Americans, I'm recording. And I don't accept challenges during recording. So. But I will be streaming on Saturday. We got another Gary. I love this card. This card's cool. Regardless, that was the deck. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Zin, for continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links down in the description, as well as links to a bunch of other cool, good, important things. Do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, a great way to support me is by tapping that like button, add a subscription, share a mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one.